the 4th and 1, well, I always got it done. Well, this ain't the real show, but we gon' still get it done. I say, now welcome.
Come on in.
Okay, all right.
Come on in.
Okay, all right.
When you're on 10.
Okay. Man, let's go on to rock and roll. This is this week's Hot Take, brought to you by no other than Peggy and Old Bug. And I can't do this show without my dog, Peggy!
Football bag, what's good, bud? Yeah. Come on now. Feel like I've been seeing you every day. You've been on the screen.
I'm trying to tell you peoples, it's gonna be a busy fall.
Mm-hmm.
And if you hating on me, I got 2 fingers for all of y'all. I ain't gonna keep going, but it's hot in here.
Yeah,
Hot air.
So hot in here.
So hot in here. Man, come on, man. Let's get into the show.
Arch Manning debut at Texas was dismal to some people's expectations. So, Texas lost to Ohio State this past weekend, and some spectators are saying Arch Manning did not play well like he was projected to be. Obviously a Heisman hopeful, but Arch Manning, 17 of 30, 170 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 10 carries on 38 yards. He went 37% of throws were off target, so worst by any Texas QB in 10 years, and 11 of his 12 incomplete passes missed their mark. Cam, we got to break down the play of Arch, but quickly, are you buying or selling your stock in Arch Manning? Why or why not?
This right here? This right here? Hey, you right there? This is my go-to snack, the wonderful pistachios. They call it the don't hold back snack for good reason.
These ain't your regular pistachios. I'm talking flavors like honey roasted, chili roasted, and jalapeno lime. And each serving has 6 grams of protein and 0 grams of regret.
You want a classic crack of the shell? Go with the in shell. Prefer no mess? Grab the no-show bag and you're good to go.
Whether we're in the studio, traveling, or just need something quick, this is always in the rotation.
So don't hold back. Visit wonderfulpistachios.com to learn more about this don't hold back snack. I need to talk to my good constituent Archibald Leroy Manning. But for short, we just gonna call him Arch. Arch, step up to the mic, brother. Matter of fact, I'm gonna give you this words of wisdom that you need to understand and carry for the rest of your life. A lot of things that you're going to go through, son, is not gonna be fair. But at the same time, when the team's success is successful, you get all the credit. But on the flip side of that, young man, when the team is struggling, you get all the struggles. You bear all the witness. You bear all the issues. It is your fault and it is your issues. Now, I said going into this season, Peggy, that the main thing that Arch Manning has to do is manage expectations. The thing about managing expectations, sometimes if you allow it, you can start hearing the whispers of other people's expectations on your life. Is it fair? Absolutely not. But the thing that you have to do, old Arch, is put things into perspective. Putting things into perspective versus putting undue pressure on you is something that you got to be able to decipher, sift, and compartment in a way that is very helpful and will be beneficial for your success. Now, going back to Ohio State's game versus Texas, you hear statistics that you mentioned, Peggy. Finished off target 37%, the worst by any Texas quarterback in a single season in the last 10 seasons.
Yeah.
That is something that I didn't even know people even kept count of. And if you're telling me that Arch Manning is the worst quarterback in the last 10 seasons for the University of Texas, now we done seen a lot of bad quarterback play in the University of Texas. So to put that stat line up is things that's only bought to mention because of Archibald Leroy's last name, Manning. Now, do I think that he didn't play up to his level of skill set? Absolutely.
Okay.
But on the contrary, I don't think this was a game for somebody to have the 300-plus yard game. multiple touchdown game, no interception type game. This Ohio State team, whether different coordinators, whether different personnel, whether different anything else, they're coming off a very dynamic season.
Yeah.
And a lot of those things do and will carry over. Now you add in a defensive coordinator and Matt Patricia. Yeah. You still got Caleb Downs leading the whole defense. And you got guys that's on the team, add in and sprinkle in playing in a hostile environment. Come on. Come on now.
First game of the season.
So we have to put a lot of things into perspective here. This is still week 1. So, Arch, let's put things into perspective. Could you have played better? Absolutely. But the thing that I want Arch Manning to really understand is you have to go through this as a whole to really grasp what it really takes to be the best. You have to get a full spectrum of the highs and the lows. This is the first kind of low. And who's to say it's not going to get lower? Yeah. But when you think about the turbulence or the issues that he's had or been through, it hasn't been a lot.
Yeah.
Everything has always been catered to him. Shador, that's you. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? We've seen this with Shador.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is, and you may not say, well, the difference between Shador and Arch is Arch don't have his dad coaching him. But if you don't think that the Manning family has a lot of say on how certain things are done for Arch Manning, you're an absolute fool.
Yeah, exactly.
Do I think Arch Manning is being micromanaged? Yes, I do think that. But what 18, 19, 20-year-old college recruit isn't? Does he have a lot of promise over him? Or do we have a lot of undue promise over him? Does he have a lot of unrealistic promise over? Like, those are the things that he has to be able to sift through in his own heart of hearts.
Yeah.
And it's tough. It's hard. So what I would say consistently is, how do you separate other people's expectations versus what you want for yourself? The game wasn't bad, right? Did he have some throws? Yes. Could he have made more accurate throws? Yes. But when you look on the contrary, on the other side, Julian Sand went 13 of 20, 126 passing yards, and 1 passing touchdown. That's not blockbuster numbers either.
That is true.
When you look down the whole list of Carnell Tate, 2 receptions, 49 yards, an unbelievable 40-yard catch, but you take that 40-yard catch out of the equation, he has one catch for 9 yards. All right? Jeremiah Smith, on the other hand, has 6 receptions, and he also had multiple targets, some drops, but 6 receptions for 43 reception yards.
And he was supposed to have a huge, everybody's saying this is the best.
This is
wide receiver in college.
If you're pointing fingers at this one specific individual.
Who played a good game?
Who played a dominant game?
Who played a dominant game?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hold on. We went on First Take and we got to talking and everybody saying, well, man, it was doggone Steve Sarkisian's fault.
Yeah, I know you talked about that too.
Because it's this person and that person and he has this to say and where was this explosive offense? Well, slow down.
Yeah, because they were talking about the play calling.
The play calling was still aggressive. Anytime you go for it 5 times in one game,
yeah,
to say that you're not aggressive is the last thing.
That's trust in your offense.
And every single time you called a 4th down play, whose hands was it in?
Arch's.
So what can you ask more from Steve Sarkisian or even Arch? It's a collective. Correct. That's how you sit back and say, hold on, let's put things into perspective. I'm not going to allow somebody else's expectations to bleed into my own belief. And that's when doubt starts to creep in.
Yeah.
Because the best thing that Arch has going for himself is confidence in himself and others around him believe in him. And the sad truth about it is sometimes other people's belief in you is so great that they start to put certain things on you. Oh, man, we're going to win the national. Oh, man, he's the Heisman fan. Oh, man, he's the first pick of the. But what if those things don't happen?
Yeah.
You have to understand it and embrace everything that comes with being a quote-unquote generational player. Or let's scratch that because that was somebody else's words, not yours. Being a great player.
Yeah.
You don't just get to eat all the cake and champagne showers and all this and all the fun. No. The things that about being a great player that makes a great player is how do you handle the mishaps? I would love to see what happens from this game. I mean, you have a makeup game that's coming up. You got San Jose State, you got UTEP, you got Sam Houston. That's 3 weeks of straight domination.
And that's what I was going to ask you. What would this do for his confidence, number one? And does this really give a true testament of who Arch Manning is as a quarterback?
I think one thing that Archie has done and been very vocal is, look, we're not rushing to the NFL.
Okay.
Because one thing that anybody knows who has played this game is it takes time. Mm-hmm. And it's not always going to be sunshines and rainbows on this side of the spectrum. You have to go through the wash. You have to go through the minutia. You have to go through all type of feelings, emotions, and, reasons of why I am the best. This is all good for his journey. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He threw an interception, but what quarterback doesn't throw interceptions? You can't tell me the greatest quarterback of all time to the worst quarterback of all time, they have something in common. They gonna throw interceptions. You feel me?
Yeah.
Now, you don't want these things to linger, but you have 3 weeks of wins that we know that Texas is capable of dominating in. Take those weeks as times for you to really rebuild your confidence and get the reps. Because right now, when you look at it, Arch has only had 2 starts prior to Ohio State. This was his first game that he had a quality opponent.
Correct.
That means anything that somebody's going to say, okay, let me see what you got. When you play UTSA, do you know what UTSA stands for, Peggy?
What, University of Texas, San Antonio?
Hello.
Yeah.
University of Texas at San Antonio. Yeah. Exactly. It didn't roll off your tongue like if I were saying.
I knew they mascot.
Give me what UGA stand for? Hello. You think what I'm saying? Yeah. And then your other start came by way of Louisiana Monroe.
Yeah.
And I got this news for you.
What's up?
The only reason that I feel that Arch Manning will go to the NFL this season is if it's for the New Orleans Saints. That's it. Dallas Cowboys, every other team, but you got time.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
We're not gonna rush that. Hometown, grew up in Louisiana, hometown favorite, hometown hero, cool. If it's not that,
you don't see him
get
going
back.
Even if he dominates the rest of the season.
The only way, if he dominates the rest of the season, is something that you can say, hey, I'm going to take my talent to the next level because it's an opportunity that I cannot miss and may not come back again, is if it's for my hometown team in New Orleans Saints. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm staying my behind right here.
And I think even with his family, that will be a home run. But even with his family and the knowledge they have, it's like, which one is important? He can go to the hometown team and potentially stink it up and only be there for whatever, or
it's still going to take time.
Yeah, because he's not going to come in and just.
It's still going to take time.
Yeah.
See, I don't think a lot of people are really factoring in the journey to becoming a great player.
I wanted to touch on that part because you said journey before, and as you talk about journey now, what elements do you need, or a young quarterback needs to have a complete journey by the time they step into the NFL? Like you said, it was good that he came off these first few hot starts, playing behind, being second string, playing these games, building his confidence. Now he was at the top of the mountain, then he got knocked down, obviously, with Ohio State. Now these next 3 games, he has a chance to build his confidence up again. But just looking at the rest of this season, or, just your college career, what are some things that you need, elements that you need to really have a complete journey so you can be the total package?
It's a couple things, and that's a great question. I think the first one is deciphering between perspective versus pressure.
Okay, that's good.
Perspective versus pressure. You don't want to get into the pressure more so than the perspective of the situation. All right? Mm-hmm. Also, you have to acknowledge that imperfection comes with going through the journey.
Yeah.
And you have to welcome it all. You're not perfect. Do not allow you to get into this thought process that, man, I am the best forever and forevermore. No, I don't think that that's who he is. I'm saying mentally emotionally and preparationally, you have to be able to go into the situation. Okay, I learned from that situation. I seen a flaw in my game. I seen a flaw in my emotions, and I have to build off of that. Welcoming it all, right? See, this is the thing that any competitor will want, right? And I recently did a show a couple years ago or last year, Special Forces, the world's toughest test. And if you go back, Peg, and you ask or you hear what was said about why am I doing this show, I said one thing. I want to see flaw in me.
Yeah.
I want to see what I'm scared of. Because if you don't necessarily know and you hear into all the whispers and you're hearing all the great things that people are saying about you and what they have expected of you, you can. It's easy for you to kind of fall victim to that. You can start listening to that song too much, and then you start saying, "Hold on, man, that song is Piper me down the wrong way.
Yeah,
I need to stay focused."
Correct.
So this game for Arch Manning can really propel him to going into a trajectory that now sets him up for even more long-term success. And that's what you will want to see. I don't think Steve Sarkisian crippled Arch by the play calling. If anything, you have to do better on third down and fourth down conversions. What do we call those situations, Peggy? Those are gotta have it moments.
Yep.
Must have situations. This is the game right here.
Money
you know
down.
what I'm saying? How many times as a fan you watching the game, you say, man, here go the game right here.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, they had 5 opportunities, whether it was in the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, or fourth quarter. Some have more impact than others. But when you have the ball inside the 5 twice and you don't convert, or inside the low red zone twice and you don't convert, those are things that you're not going to beat a lot of teams, whether it's Ohio State or State Ohio.
Yeah.
And those are the things that you cannot deny. So I don't care who you are, Archibald, Leroy, Manning, or Arch. You can go down the list of them. Certain things render you putting your team and yourself in a better situation to win. Turning the ball over is not it. Not converting in third downs is not it. Not scoring in the red zone is not it. And they showed all of those. Check, did you score? Nope, not in the red zone. Boom. Did you turn the ball over? Yes, you did. Boom. That's what it is. It's not thrust it all on Arch, and that's not fair for him.
I was going to ask, because a lot of times people like Arch, or you say a Shador, and it's not their fault. It's just with media. He was at this certain plateau, right? And they're kind of in a bubble, and we kind of seen the bubble pop, so to speak. With that happening, not only the media, but your coach or your teammates have this perception that you may not be able to do any wrong, or you might be larger than life, and this might be way too early. But as a leader, do you feel like that he lost respect in the locker room or the belief?
No.
And if so, or if not, like just say how that happens and just to keep that type of level of expectation
I
up.
think the hardest thing for Arch to be able to do, similar to Shador, right? And their stories are similar in some ways, not the same, but similar. You're not only carrying your goals, but you're carrying the expectations of others. I said that earlier, right? But understanding that you're not going to please everyone. And even when you do achieve great things, guess what, Peggy? People are going to want more.
Still going to expect more.
And that's not realistic for you
Poke
to
holes into that.
Come on, bro.
Well, you could have had 300 yards.
Going back to
280.
pressure versus perspective.
Yeah.
Once you put those things into consideration, bro, that's when you will start feeling more confident in yourself to realize, like, hey, I'm not that. I'm not my Uncle Eli. I'm not my Uncle Peyton. Man, I'm Arch. I'm not even my granddad Archie. I'm Arch. When you start walking in that greatness, when you start walking into that purpose, when you start really understanding who you are as an individual, oh man, that's when the beauty comes. But that's not to say blemishes is not going to happen along the way.
Yeah.
Do you want to go undefeated? Absolutely. Do you want to write your own, resume and it be pristine and flawless? Absolutely. But that's not necessarily realistic, bro. You got to go through certain things to get certain things. And that will be my message to old Archibald.
Yeah. So we'll see where Arch and, the Texas Longhorns will be. San Jose State, UTEP, Sam Houston, and then now the test starts. They really have a tough schedule later in the year. Then you got Florida, Oklahoma, Kentucky, Mississippi State, Vanderbilt, UGA, Arkansas, and finish off with Texas A&M. So he got some matchups. He got some confidence games, but he got some real juggernauts that he's going up against.
Build off those confidence games.
Yeah.
When you playing University of Texas in El Paso, whoop the hell out of them.
Yeah.
Build that confidence. Get your timing right. Spin the ball, point, get yourself going.
Man, I got to ask you, though, when you play those games versus coming off, you come from a Sam Houston to a Florida next week. You played teams that's not up to the same par. How do you stay mentally locked in, not to play to your competition, but to play to, obviously, how you are? Like
Get in your rhythm early.
Okay.
Early. Don't find yourself in the third quarter saying, all right, man, let's go now. They not better than us. Nah, not that. That ain't we want to start off and start the game. Let's beat the hell out of these folks.
Yeah.
All right.
No matter who they're
that
on.
timing that we got going on from the receivers to the running backs to the tight ends, hey, making sure that I'm sharp with my mic points or my protections and things like that. Don't leave nothing to chance. Because if you don't think that San Jose State, you don't think that UTEP is coming in here to try to get good footage versus Texas, thinking that they not,
upsets are real.
we
now.
need to test your brain.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
That's real.
They got athletes over there too now.
The game still got to be played.
Every single Saturday.
Yeah.
So I'll say it that way, man. I think that's our time, Peg.
Yes, sir.
Anything else, Peg?
And we all good in the hood.
Anything you want to tell old Archie, Peg? Anything you want to tell Eli, Peg? Anything you want to tell
Head
Peg?
up, ball out, brother.
You want to tell the daddy something, Peggy? It's a lot of mannings over there.
It's a lot of manners. Man up.
One finger, hey, okay, all right. I said one finger, hey, all right, okay. Add in the pinky, hey, can't forget the thumb. All together, one love. You dig?
And that's a wrap.